Hi guys, welcome to Walking Football Drills. My name's Chris King, and in every episode of this podcast you will get a new drill to use at your walking football training sessions. Okay, and I've got a book over on Amazon, Walking Football, Volume 1. It's got 18 drills in it, so if you need some more stuff, just head over there, Google Chris King Soccer, and it'll come up. Or you can buy the ebook copy off my website, chriskingsoccercoach.com. Right, let's get into it. So today's drill is called Rondo. I didn't know what a rondo was about 5 years ago. But yeah, it's fantastic. Rondos are a small game, so it might be 3v1, 5v2. So it's where the defenders are outnumbered and in a small area, and you're passing the ball around, playing keepings off. So it's kind of like piggy in the middle, anything like that. So what you can do is set up a circle or a square. So if I had 4 players, I would set up a square, 3 attackers around the outside, and they've got to stay around the outside. And then you've got 1 defender in the middle, and the attackers around the outside are passing the ball around, trying to keep the ball off the player in the middle for as long as they can. And meanwhile, the player in the middle is trying to intercept or win the ball off a player. Alright, and once they do, you can play it a few different ways, but the most common one is once that player wins the ball, so if you make the mistake and pass it into the defender, you swap roles. So you go in the middle and become the defender goes out, and play starts instantly again. So it's nice and sharp and continuous play. Players are getting lots of touches on the ball. Defenders are working on their movements. Attackers are working on passing the ball. Okay, and if you had more players, so usually once it gets to 5 or 6 players, I make it into a circle, and you might have 2 defenders in the middle against 4 players spread around the outside, 4 or 5 players spread around the outside, and it's the same situation. And you can play it either both defenders swap out when they win the ball, or you can play it that 1 defender goes out. So if an attacker makes a mistake, whoever wins the ball goes out, and then the next time that a mistake is made, the player that has been in the longest, the defender that has been in the longest, goes out. Alright, so yeah, rondos, I can't speak highly enough of them. I've got 2 full books out on Amazon actually. If you want to get any of those, they've got about 15 drills in each of them, but you can set them up in such a small area. You can do it at the start of training. That's when I usually do it. Once you've had a little warm up, the body's warm, the muscles are warm. Use this because it engages the brain. It's competitive, and there's no long sprints or anything, so it's just short, sharp football movements, and yeah, players love it. Now the variations that you can do, so you can have the defender in the middle either until they win the ball, as we've been talking about, or they have to win it 3 times and then they rotate out, or the other option is have them in for a set amount of time. So if you want to work on a little bit of fitness, keep each player in for 1 minute and then swap them over. Alright, so there's a few different ways to work that, but yeah, I always do that, and rondos are great before an actual game. So if you want to get the players engaged and everything, have a rondo 10 or 15 minutes before the game. And players can virtually run it themselves as well. Once they've done it a couple of times, all it is a circle, 1 ball, defender in the middle, boom, and you're away. Alright, have some spare balls around the outside. Okay, so that's rondo. So use it at your next training session, use it before a game. Use it any time. Doesn't matter if you've got 4 players or if you've got 14 players. You can have 1 big one, or you can have 2 or 3 small ones going. Players get lots of touches on the ball. They've got to communicate. They've got to talk. They work on their passing. They work on their defensive. Blah, 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 blah. All right. Thanks for listening, guys. And hopefully, tune into my next podcast.